Hi, I'm Farasha. A common aptitude and quantitative reasoning classes I will be conducting. So, yeah, firstly, what is quantitative reasoning? മെയിനായിട്ട് ബേസിക്കലി മാത്സിലുള്ള കുറേ ബേസിക് കോൺസെപ്റ്റ്സ് യൂസ് ചെയ്തിട്ട് we will be answering questions based on real life. These are concepts that you have mostly learned till 10th grade school, and maybe കുറച്ച് concepts in down that you have learned 11th and 12th. So if you have not taken math in 11th and 12th, that's okay, because we will be going through those concepts here during these sessions. So you don't have to worry. So why we teach QR is because generally നോക്കിയാല് in a lot of competitive exams, entrance exams, like CLAT for law, അല്ലെങ്കിൽ CAT MBA ക്ക്, അല്ലെങ്കിൽ there will be placement exams, and അല്ലെങ്കിൽ even if you want to go outside of India, you will have to take the GRE or GMAT. ഈ examsലൊക്കെ what you notice is quantitative reasoning is a part of these exams. So that's why we teach it here because we're trying to prepare you for these exams, and we know it is a very important part. And why it is important is because once in the next couple of slides, what you will see is നമ്മൾ ഇവിടെ discuss ചെയ്യുന്ന topics are mainly most of the topics are known, and these are concepts that you will need not just in the academic exam purpose na matra alla, but even in your day-to-day life, when you start working, allengi just generally also, these are concepts that will help you. And that's why quantitative reasoning is such a huge part of most competitive exams, and that's why they give importance to it. So what we're going to be discussing next is what are the different topics that we are going to cover here during these prep-wise sessions. Competitive exam papers lude poyalu, you will see that there are multiple concepts that they have as part of these examinations, and oru proper cut syllabus illa. So ഞങ്ങളുടെ ടീം എന്താ ചെയ്തതെന്ന് വെച്ചാൽ we have analyzed a lot of these papers, and we have kind of identified what are the main concepts that are commonly part of these assessments, and അത് ബേസ് ചെയ്തിട്ടാണ് ഞങ്ങളുടെ സിലബസ് ഉണ്ടാക്കിയത്. Syllabus alla, but yes, so in the next 1.5 months, the concepts that we are going to be covering are not, but a lot of work has gone behind it to make sure that these are the concepts that you will require in order to do well in your CUCET. So the first one is number system. Number system is mainly numbers, but the main item what we will be covering are concepts like prime factors, HCF, LCM, and just a lot to do with numbers. Main item just basic application of numbers alone. Then next we'll do sequences. I'm sure നിങ്ങൾ സ്കൂളിൽ പഠിച്ചിട്ടുണ്ടാവും arithmetic sequence, geometric sequence, എവിടെയും കേട്ടിട്ടുണ്ടാവും at least. So that's just what we'll be dealing with. Ratio and proportion is നമ്മുടെ ഈ നമ്മൾ if you're making some fruit juice and you want different proportions of two different types of juices, how do you calculate it? How do you figure out what is the right proportion? Things like that. Percentages, main ആയിട്ട് വരുന്നത് percentage എന്തെങ്കിലും ഒരു sale ഉണ്ടെങ്കിൽ അല്ലെങ്കിൽ എന്തെങ്കിലും we've increased the quantity by some percentage or decreased it by some percentage, and that sort of logic is what we'll be using percentages in. Then we have profit and loss, which is main item business aspect, that means there's cost price, selling price, discounts, commissions, and then next another simple interest and compound interest. Either main item, if you're borrowing money, if you're lending money, etra interest ana, what is the interest rate that's going to be most profitable to you. Anganta, okay? Uh, that's what comes under simple and compound interest. When we have time and work, which is ഇത്രയും ദിവസത്തില് if one person can finish up his work and another person can finish up in so many days together, how much time will it take? അങ്ങനത്തെ sort of questions are available. When we have speed and distance, which I'm sure most of you know about, uh, you know, the vehicle is going so much speed, it covers in so much time, then how much distance have they covered? That sort of those sort of questions. Permutations and combinations, I think, might be a little new for some of you. So, what permutations and combinations is simply what are the different combinations that you can make. I think what are the different arrangements that you can make. That's what they mean by permutations, and that's all that it is. Then we have geometry and mensuration. Geometry la main item just basic നമ്മുടെ triangles, squares, circles അങ്ങനത്തെ area, perimeter ഒക്കെ ഉണ്ട്. And just questions related to that, maybe a mixture of putting different shapes together and things like that. Then the last item whenever set theory, again I think set theory also might be a little new for some of you, but I think it's one of the easiest topics. Main item, you just put a lot of elements in one set because they have one common feature, and based off that you'll have questions. Simply put, athrolu. And you'll have Venn diagrams, which is based on what they have in common and what they have in different to do situation. Like for example, in a school you have some students who take math, some students who take English, and then you have some who take math and English. So other which you will draw a Venn diagram, and then you'll be able to answer. You have to answer questions based on that. What we're going to do is we're going to go every topic if we discuss it, under each of those topics there are multiple subtopics. So I'm just going to quickly go through what those subtopics are for each question, and I'll also show you what a sample question from this topic could be. Upon number systems, you'll have different number systems. Different number systems, you have you'll have rational numbers, which is nothing but the set of maybe set of fractions, something along those lines. When a whole numbers, natural numbers, okay. And then you have divisibility. Divisibility is just checking, okay, or a number is another number, can another number be divisible by it? For example, even number, every even number, we know it can be divided by 2. So that is the divisibility test for 2. Angana will do it for different numbers. When we have prime numbers, prime factorization. Prime factorization is nothing but multiplication of prime numbers, athrolu. And then, so prime factorization, basically, if I take the number 12, 12 can be written as 6 times 2. But the numbers that I'm multiplying, I want them to be prime. Instead of writing it as 6 times 2, I can write it as 3 times 2 times 2. Then they're all primes and they still multiply to give me 12. That's nothing but prime factorization. Then we have HCF, highest common factor and least common multiple. And last we have factorials. Factorials, it's just multiplication of numbers. That's it. Other matra main item factorials available. Okay, so this is a sample problem under number systems. It doesn't cover all of these subtopics. It's just one question that we have picked that can give you an idea of what a question from number systems could look like. So we'll just go through the question into after I'll discuss around 5 topics in the and Nala will discuss around 6 topics. Appo 5 topics കൂടെ പോയിട്ട് പിന്നെ ഈ സെഷന്റെ എൻഡിൽ I'll solve all these questions. അപ്പോൾ മെയിൻ ആയിട്ട് നമുക്ക് എക്സാമിൽ ഇങ്ങനത്തെ ക്വസ്റ്റ്യൻ വരുമ്പോൾ our first job is Firstly, നമുക്ക് every question answer ചെയ്യാൻ roughly ഒരു 1.8 minutes കിട്ടുള്ളൂ. അപ്പോൾ we need to be very smart with how we tackle every single problem. So your first task should be question read ചെയ്യുമ്പോൾ തന്നെ you make a note of okay എന്ത് information ആണ് എനിക്ക് തന്നിരിക്കുന്നത്. അപ്പോൾ they've told me there are 378 girls, there are 675 boys. ഈ രണ്ട് information ഉണ്ട്. പിന്നെ the school is divided, so they divided into sections, and every section lo only boys allengi only girls, mixed sections illa. And another thing is every section lo there are same number of students. Appo the question is what are the minimum number of sections in the school? How do we go about tackling this? So I'll show you how to do this in a bit, but this is mainly what the question is. So first your job should be what information have they given me, what are they asking me to find, and then proceed to think about okay what different options do I have to solve this problem. Okay, so we'll get into how to solve this in a bit, but this is a sample problem from number systems. Then next we have sequences. Sequences is basically a string of numbers. So if I have a list of numbers and there is some constant pattern or constant change between these numbers, that's a sequence. So arithmetic sequence nu parnal 1 3 5 7 9, appo you keep adding a 2. Appo arithmetic sequence is either you constantly add a number, or you subtract a number. That's when you get an arithmetic sequence. And geometric sequence nu parnal you to find the next term of a sequence, you will either need to multiply or divide a number, constant item. Maybe you will have 3, 9, 27. You're constantly multiplying 3, and that's how you're getting the next terms in the sequence. Then you have special sequences, which do sequence of square numbers, 1 square, 2 square, 3 square, other sequence on you will have you keep adding 1, 1 plus 1 is 2, 2 plus 2 is 4, 4 plus 3, you keep adding 1 2 3 4 5 angane. So these are all different sequences that you can come across, and then e sequence in the logic upayichittu we will be able to find the average of a given set of numbers. That will also come under sequences. So this is a sample problem under sequences. So ഇവിടെ what they've given you is you have numbers between 100 and 400, and they want you to find out between 100 and 400 etra numbers under that you can divide by 6. Okay, so yeah, we'll kind of deal with this in a bit, but yeah, this is a sample problem for sequences. Next we have ratio and proportion. Ratio the vanilla main item, they are giving you a set structure for anything that has more than one quantity. For example, like I said, Mumbu Vanna Madri, juice and darkening. Suppose I want to mix some amount of apple juice and some amount of orange juice. If I want to get the best result, then I need to know what the right ratio is. So maybe 3 parts apple juice and 2 parts orange juice, and that's when the juice turns out perfect. About a lot of questions there. So with that ratio that they give me, if I want to make the juice for say 500 people, etra parts do I have to put? How much quantity do I have to put? That's the logic behind ratios. And proportions is nothing but രണ്ട് ratios equal ആണെങ്കിൽ what can I do with that information? അത് വെച്ചിട്ട് how can I solve problems? പിന്നെ രണ്ട് റേഷ്യോസ് ആഡ് ചെയ്യുകയാണെങ്കിൽ സബ്ട്രാക്ട് ചെയ്യുകയാണെങ്കിൽ അങ്ങനെ കുറെ റൂൾസ് ഉണ്ട്. ദാറ്റ്സ് വാട്ട് ദ കോമ്പനന്റ് ഡിവിഡൻഡ് റൂൾസ് ആർ. പിന്നെ ഇഫ് one value is increasing with another value, or one value is decreasing with another value, other similar relationship. That's so for example, if there is a product and the price of the product increases, if the price increases, the number of people buying it will go down, will be less. When the price of the product went up, the number of people buying it went down. അപ്പോൾ ഇവര് തമ്മിൽ these two aspects തമ്മിൽ ഒരു inverse relationship ആണ്. At the same time ഒരു പ്രോഡക്റ്റിന് ഡിമാൻഡ് കൂടുതലുണ്ട്. ഡിമാൻഡ് കൂടുതലുണ്ടെങ്കിൽ നമ്മൾ പ്രൊഡക്ഷൻ കൂട്ടും, കൂടുതൽ ആ പ്രോഡക്റ്റ് പ്രൊഡ്യൂസ് ചെയ്യും. അപ്പോൾ പിന്നെ ഡിമാൻഡ് കൂടുമ്പോൾ പ്രൊഡക്ഷൻ കൂട്ടാണ്. സോ ദേ ആർ ഡയറക്ട്ലി റിലേറ്റഡ്. സോ റേഷ്യോ പ്രൊപ്പോർഷൻ അലോട്ട് ഇങ്ങനത്തെ കോൺസെപ്റ്റ്സ് ആണ്. പിന്നെ മിക്സ്ചേഴ്സ് നമ്മൾ ഇപ്പോൾ പറഞ്ഞ മാതിരി when they giving you the ratio and the quantity, how can you find the quantity of one item if they're giving you the ratio? Angana, okay, most questions are involving these concepts. But this is a sample question. So idilla they're saying, when they say P varies as Q, what they're trying to say is P is directly proportional to Q. ഒരു ഡയറക്റ്റ് റിലേഷൻ. അപ്പോൾ പി ഇൻക്രീസ് ആവുമ്പോൾ ക്യൂ ഇൻക്രീസ് ആവാണ്, പി ഡിക്രീസ് ആവുമ്പോൾ ക്യൂ ഡിക്രീസ് ആവാണ്. സോ ഇത് വെച്ചിട്ട് ക്യാൻ വി സേ വാട്ട് പി സ്ക്വയർ പ്ലസ് ക്യൂ സ്ക്വയർ ഇസ് പ്രൊപ്പോർഷണൽ ടു? അല്ലെങ്കിൽ when p square plus q square increases, what is the other quantity that increases or decreases? That's what this question asks. Then we have percentages. Percentages, I think നമ്മൾ 5th or 6th standard മുതൽ we've been taught percentages or some part of it. In this, we are mainly going to deal with percentage of quantities, and പിന്നെ we have percentage increase and percentage decrease. അങ്ങനെ പറഞ്ഞാൽ say I buy a plot of land and then there is a percentage decrease in the cost. So what will the new cost be? Or there's a percentage increase, so they increase it by 10% or 15%. How are we going to calculate the new area, the new cost? So this is a sample problem. What they say is we have a rectangle with length and breadth. So what they're doing is the length they are increasing by 20% and the breadth they are decreasing by 10%. Angane chedalu, how is this going to affect the area? Okay, obviously nammal length and breadth in the value change cheyumbo the area is also going to change. With this particular change, 20% increase in the length and 10% decrease in the breadth, how is the area going to change? The area is going to change. Is it going to increase? Is it going to decrease? And also at 3%. So that's what this question is. Pinna we have profit and loss. Profit and loss, it uses percentages. Adana percentages kind of immediately number profit and loss because most of the questions in profit and loss, it involves percentages. We'll talk about cost price, selling price. I buy a coat for so much and I'm selling it with a 20% for a 20% profit or 20% loss. What is the cost? I'll a t-shirt and there's a 10% sale on it, discount on it. So what is the new cost? Okay. So that's what mainly profit and loss is. And idana sample question under profit and loss. So I buy 12 oranges for 1 rupee, I get 12 oranges. പക്ഷെ ഞാൻ വിൽക്കുമ്പോൾ ഐ എം ഗിവിംഗ് 10 oranges for 1 rupee. അപ്പോൾ what is the profit percentage or loss percentage? അത് profit ആണോ loss ആണോ, that is your first step. That's the first thing you need to identify. Okay, so we'll discuss this in a bit. With this, we're going to stop with the topics for today. Naaltha session we'll continue with the rest of the topics. Now I'll just run you through nammada approach endana to help prepare you for your exam. Main item, like I said, these topics picky is with a lot of care and after going through a lot of resources. So what we're going to do is, depending on the size of the topic, if a bangara value topic maybe we'll give a couple of theory classes our concept in the full theory but while also solving a couple of questions, And then other kind of will give you enough sessions to do problem solving. That will only be problem solving. Main item, what we're hoping to do is for one concept, there will be one topic, one concept class, and one problem solving session. E problem solving session, I will be giving you questions, and you will be given time to solve them, and then we'll be discussing the answers. So with these problem solving sessions, we're also hoping to get you to work on your time management, because the Mumbu Parna Madhuri, per question you get around 1.8 minutes only. So you need to kind of work on your time management also, to make sure that you can complete majority of the paper, and time is not an issue for you. So yeah, pinne after every session you will be given a set of notes. The notes you will have whatever concept was taught in class, and a couple of example questions in down, and this is basically to help you prepare for the topic test that will be uploaded on a daily basis. Appa ella session there will be a topic test that will be uploaded on the app. Adu ningalde convenient time ningalku edukka. So in case the topic tests will have around 20 questions. So every session before you take the topic test, if you want to maybe brush up on some concepts, then you can go through these value added notes. Sessions it is a must that you should have a book and a pen to make your own notes, because that's how you will understand better. And also problem solving, you will need. So other than about the value added notes and topic tests, last I did quick prep. Quick prep is another initiative that we have, which we're basically aiming for 30 days. You will solve 600 questions, and it will be put up on the app, and you can solve them at your own convenient time. And the preparation for that you can do using any resources that you have access to or that you're comfortable with. So that's about our approach. What we'll do is we'll move on to solving those sample problems. So first question, number system concept nanu adinadile, it's from HCF. Like I said, ஒரு question தரும்போ, your first task should be to jot down what is it that they have given you. What information have they given you? So they have told you that the number of girls is 378 and the number of boys is 675. And they are asking you, they are saying that the number of every section should either have only boys or only girls. Mixed sections illa. And the number of students in every section is the same. Last item, what they want you to find is how many sections can they have in the school with these two criteria, that all sections should have same number of students and no section can have mixed students. You know for a fact that you need to be able to divide this number and this number into groups of equal number. Okay. For example, say you have 6 girls. Okay, what I'm going to do is, the easiest way for you to figure it out is buying a value number tannala, you make it a little easier and then apply the same concept to the more difficult problem. Okay, let's say there are 6 girls and there are say 9 boys. Okay, so you want to split them into groups, and every group should have the same number of children. I can say that okay, 6 can be written as 3 times 2 and 9 can be written as 3 times 3. What I can do is every group can have 3 students, and you will have 2 groups of girls and 3 groups of boys. So same concept I'm going to apply here. I'm going to do the prime factorization for both of these. Prime factorization for 378 cheyumbho, I will get this. Okay, and for 675 cheyumbho, I'm going to get this. Okay. Now what I notice is what they have in common is 3 cube. So that means in every section there are going to be 27 students. All right. So now I want to know, okay, if there are 27 students in every section, how many sections are going to be there with girls? How many sections are going to be there with boys? Upper what I will do, number of sections with girls is going to be 378 divided by 27. 3 cube is 27. So this is going to give me 14. And the number of sections with boys is going to be 675 by 27, which is going to be 25. Okay. Upper there are 14 sections with girls with 27 girls each and 25 sections with 27 boys each. Upper the total number of sections are going to be 14 plus 25, which is going to be 39. Upper this is my final answer, option C. Okay. So main item nammada the strategy to approach a question is to write down what information you have and what you need to find, and then say, okay, this is what I have, this is what I need. How do I approach this particular? How do I get to the final answer? I mean, what approach should I take to get to this particular answer? Angane. Next question is in sequences. Because this question comes under sequences, it actually makes it easier. I'll tell you why. It says find the sum of all the numbers divisible by 6 between 100 and 400. Between 100 and 400, I want to know how many numbers are there. I need to find the sum of all the numbers. So first I'm going to check, okay, 100 is not divisible by 6, but 100 kind to the first number that is divisible by 6 is 102. Pinna to find the next number, it's easy. I can just add 6, right? So I'll get 108. Pinna I'll get 114. Pinna I'll continue. The last number that is divisible by 6 before 400 is 396. Okay? This is nothing but an arithmetic sequence, because arithmetic sequence, like I mentioned before, is to get the next number, you need to keep adding or subtracting one constant term. That constant term that I'm adding in this sequence is 6. The common difference is 6. Now, E sequence, the first term is 102 and the last term is 396. Now, I want to find the sum of all the numbers. Now, in a sequence, if I want to find the sum of all the numbers, ഇതാണ് formula ഞാൻ use ചെയ്യുന്നത്. Okay. I had the first term, I have the last term of the sequence. No problem. But I don't know how many numbers are there in this sequence. And obviously, I can't count the number. So what I'm going to do is ഞാൻ എൻ്റെ basic arithmetic sequence in the formula use ചെയ്യുമ്പോൾ, which is an is equal to a plus n minus 1 into d. Okay. Idile an I have is 396. A I have is 102 plus n minus 1 into d6 ആണ്. Okay. This നമ്മൾ solve ചെയ്യുമ്പോൾ we're going to get 396 minus 102. So that's 102 ഇങ്ങോട്ട് എടുക്കാൻ പോകുന്നു. So that's 294 is equal to n minus 1 times 6. Okay. 294 divided by 6 is going to give me 49. 49 is equal to n minus 1 in the Pagnala. N is equal to 50. Oops, sorry. N is equal to 50. We have this, we have this, we have this. Now we can move on to find the sum of all these numbers. So 50 divided by 2 is 25. Then we have 102 plus 396. Either solve with Allah, you will get 12450 as the answer. Upon namada option B is the right answer. Okay. Alright. Any third problem. This ratio and proportion variation variation like I said before, oru quantity increase matte quantity increase allengi decrease that means they have direct or inverse variation. Appo ee case what they're saying is P varies as Q. That means that P and Q are directly related. Appo P increase Q increase and P decrease Q decrease. So if you think about it, what you realize is P increase Q increase alenge P decrease Q decrease. So if I want to write it as an equality, I can just write it like this. Okay. Idu nokumbo I'll know that P in the value kudumbo Q in the value kudum. K is nothing but a fixed common constant. Okay. For every problem, this K in the value is going to change, but it's going to be based on every different problem. For example, either if they are directly proportional, then within the value, it will be based off the question. Okay, Talkalam, they haven't given you any numbers here, so we can't give K a value. We're just going to take it as a constant. So now what they're saying is if P varies as Q, then P squared plus Q squared varies as what? That's another question. So I have P. Now I'm going to try and simplify P squared plus Q squared. Okay. I know that P is equal to KQ. Instead of P squared, I'm going to write KQ the whole squared plus Q squared. Paksha, this I can just write as this, right? And then I can take Q squared common. What you notice is Q squared that we know, they've given that even the question that P varies with Q. K squared plus 1 is actually a constant because 1 is a constant. K, initially K is a constant. A constant plus a constant has to be a constant value. What you notice is P squared plus Q squared actually varies with Q squared. Okay, but this option, Q squared is not an option. So that's why our answer is going to be none of these. Okay, any fourth question. So, in the percentages topic, percentage increase and decrease. What they're saying is we have a triangle, a rectangle, and you have length and breadth for a rectangle. Now, we know for a fact that area of a rectangle is always length times breadth. So, say we have a rectangular piece, and then the length L and breadth B. Now, they are saying our length and breadth, they are length and breadth, they're changing the dimensions. Okay. The new length is going to be increased by 20%. It's going to be either plus 20%. Okay. Either plus 20%, we're taking this value, either our initial length, I'm considering it to be 100%. Okay. Now, 100% I'm giving you 20% more. I'm increasing the length by 20%. So that's going to be 120%. So that's going to be 120% of L. 120% number, when we convert it to decimal, you're going to get 1.2 L. So this is going to be 1.2 L. Same way, namada pudiya breadth is the old breadth reduced by 10%. Namada old breadth 100% aningila. When I reduce it by 10%, I'm going to get 90% remaining. So that's going to be 90% of B, which is nothing but 0.9B. Okay. Now let's calculate the new area. So new area is going to be L1 times B1. L1 is 1.2 times L multiplied by 0.9 times B. Okay? Appo idu 1.2 times 0.9 times L times B. Now 1.2 times 0.9 is 1.08. And length into breadth is nothing but നമ്മുടെ initial area. അല്ലേ? So this is going to be times initial area. So 1.08 of the initial area means 108% of the initial area. But that means that when I change the dimensions like this, my old area is getting increased by 8%. Appa nammada answer 8%. Correct? Okay. Last question. So last question is on profit and loss. Either I think this is something that you can relate to. നമ്മൾ ഷോപ്പിൽ പോയിട്ട് I'm buying 12 oranges for 1 rupee. Okay, and ഞാൻ വിൽക്കുമ്പോൾ I'm giving 10 oranges for 1 rupee. Our first question is it a profit or a loss? So if you think about it, I'm buying 12 for 1 rupee, but I'm selling 10 for 1 rupee, and I still have 2 oranges left. So I've actually made a profit because I have 2 oranges left. So the question is, what is the percentage by which I have a profit? If I've identified that I have a profit, so I'm asking, the question is, what percentage am I having a profit of? But there are two ways to go about it. One is, I know that I have 2 oranges. So the formula for profit is how many do you have left? How many items do you have left divided by how many did you sell multiplied by 100. Constant formula. So the solve you will get 20%. So that means that I have a profit of 20%. Or another way to look at it is 12 oranges I bought for 100 paisa. That means it's 8.33 paisa per orange. And if I bought 10 oranges for 100 paisa, then I would pay 10 paisa per orange. Okay, so obviously this is more expensive and I've made a profit here. So to find the profit amount, I just need to do 10 divided by 8.33 and I will get 1 point. So after I've identified that I have a profit because I'm selling it for 10 paisa per orange, what I can do is 10 divided by 8.3, which will give me 1.20. 1.20, when I convert it to this is decimal. When I convert it to percentage, I'm going to get 120%. Upon 100% plus 20 extra, meaning I made a profit of 20%. So yeah, again, there are two different ways. So most of the problems that you see, you will notice that there are multiple ways to tackle it. It's not just one clear cut way to tackle it, and that's the beauty of math. But ningakke either method works better for you, which makes more sense for you, which is less time consuming. These are things that you will have to pay attention to, and we will also help you identify this. So one of the things that we're trying to do during these problem solving classes are present the different options to you, saying, okay, ee oru problem namukku ee moonu different ways la solve cheya, but nammal time constraint ulladhu kondu this is your best option, or this is the quickest way that you can solve a problem. Yeah, all this will be covered in the next 1.5 months. So yeah, okay, thank you.